Hello everyone and welcome to Varamore Things. Feel free to follow me and subscribe to see more of my content. Thank you, and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Before beginning, I want you to ask to subscribe to the channel. As of today, only 7% of you is actually subscribed. It's free and will help me a lot. Thank you so much. Today we are playing an archetype that is becoming very popular lately. Go see my YouTube short for more infos in case. The deck is Domain Zoo. Domain Zoo was already a thing in Modern before the release of Murder Color of Manor. But after that, thanks to Leyline of the Guildpact, this card here, its popularity rose a lot and the result immediately arrived, with many 5-0s in several Mtgo leagues. Today I will have my own take at the deck. I played the deck quite a lot the last days, but the list I seemed to enjoy the most, despite the overall league result being worse, is this one with 4 copies of Preordain. I think that one of the most annoying thing with this deck is that you either draw 2 lands or like 8. There is no in between. And this, in the long run, can be a problem. I played 3 different leagues with a standard list I found on MTG Goldfish, and I went 4-1 the first time, 1-4 the second time, 2-3 the third time, with like an under 60% win rate, which is not that good. Not bad either, but not that good, even under 50%. So, while instead I played 2 leagues with this list with Preordains, and I went 3-2 and 3-2 again, and I was in general much happier than the leagues I played with the standardish list, because with Preordain you can prevent the deck from screwing or flooding. Because you can control what you're gonna draw. If you don't want any more lands, you can put them on the bottom. If you need lands, you can keep them on top. So, sorry, so it's way better this way, in my opinion. The changes I made to the stock list I found on MTG Goldfish was cutting 1 land, and I think that was a fetch land, maybe a Flooded Strand. No, because I play 4, so I cannot really remember. Yeah, that was a Windswept Heath. I cut 1 Windswept Heath, 1 Wild Nacatl, and 1 Nishoba Brawler, and I am playing at 61 cards with 4 Preordains. Of course, the deck, compared to before Leyline of the Guildpact, is quite similar, but I think we play some removals less and Stubborn Denial. I think we cut like 1 or 2 Prismatic Ending, 2 Stubborn Denials, and we went with 4 Leyline of the Guildpact. Leyline of the Guildpact is super strong combined with a turn 2 Scion of Draco, because Scion of Draco says each creature you control has Vigilance if it's white, Hexproof if it's blue, Lifelink if it's black, First Strike if it's red, Trample if it's green. Leyline says each non-land permanent you control is all colors. So if you have both Leyline of the Guildpact and Scion of Draco into the battlefield simultaneously, yes, all your creatures, even Scion himself, will have all the abilities down here. So Vigilance, Hexproof, Lifelink, First Strike, and Trample, which is huge. Imagine a Kavu with all that abilities, or a Scion of Draco flying also. A Nishoba Brawler with First Strike and Trample, Lifelink and Vigilance and Hexproof. So this is so huge. The deck is nothing new, but this is way more aggressive and way more solid even in the mana base, because if you have Leyline of the Guildpact down on the battlefield, also your mana is fixed, because lands you control are every basic land type in addition to their other types. So pretty good. Just one quick look at the sideboard and then we're ready to go. So we play Drannith Magistrate against Cascade decks, Flusterstorm against any Cascade decks or heavy counter decks or combo decks. Legion Sand always against Cascade or Yagwmoth. Pick your poison. I wish I played more of this. This card is like Aspiring Spike set, the definitive sideboard card. This thing here is insane. You can get the One Ring, you can get Leyline Bindings, you can get Scions, you can get Murktides, you can get Archons, you can get everything. This card is just so good. I play only one copy, but I will probably play more. So I am playing Wear and Tear against Amulet Titans, even though lately I haven't seen an Amulet Titan in 1 week. I wonder where they went, but I haven't seen a single one in days. And I am so happy about that, because you guys know me, I hate Amulet Titan. But just in case, we play Wear and Tear. Cursed Totem against Yagwmoth, even though I think Yagwmoth is not that bad of a matchup, but just in case, or even against Scales. And of course the Chalice of the Void, you cannot really leave your house without that, so 2 per. We are playing Jegantha, the Wellspring. This card is so good, but I often, and you will see that in the league, I often forget about it, and maybe there are moments when I can just grab Jegantha to my hand and play it the next turn, but I just forget to do so, because I'm not used to play with Jegantha. So, yep. Okay, so we are ready to jump into the league, guys. Let's see what will happen in match number 1. So here we are for game number 1. We reveal Jegantha and we take a mulligan. We are playing against Merfolk God. So we don't have Leyline turn 1, but we have a pretty solid Kavu turn 2 and a Lightning Bolt. So I don't think we're gonna bolt here, because I don't want them to draw off the Esper Sentinel. And I think we just slam a 5/5 Kavu. They must probably playing Hammer here. Hammertime. Mismatched planes. I don't like that. Okay, so they have the first Hammer. Of course they do. We go Leyline Binding, trying to grab the Esper Sentinel. They might still have a chance to kill us if they have like Pure Steel Paladin and Topter, Ornithopter. So they have Giver, which is fine for now. We bolt the Giver, they have Surge of Salvation, we counter that. Giver is gone, we swing with Kavu and Nacatl. We exile the Giver, not that it's going to matter in some ways. Opponent has the 4th planes, we're pretty lucky, and I think that's GG. We swing, we discard the Leyline, we draw Ragavan. Opponent goes with a Ganjo, okay, so it's not lethal yet. And I am firing the Tribal Flames now, and we won easily. Opponent didn't have the 2nd Surge. Okay, so pretty easy win. This game, opponent barely did anything, just Esper Sentinel, Giver of Runs, and a Ganjo, so nothing scary. I mean, yeah, we went down to 5, but that was pretty easy. I mean, let's see if we can win that easily on game number 2. Game number 2, here we are. Let's take a look at the sideboard. We reveal Jegantha. I often forget about Jegantha, by the way. I think I lost some games this way. We sideboarded out Ragavan and we boarded in some removals. So we instantly bolted the Esper Sentinel because we don't want to die like we were about to in the first game. Opponent has Sigarda's Aid, we go Preordain, we put Scion on the bottom, we grab the Flooded Strand, we go with pick your poison and opponent sacrifices the Sigarda's Aid, they have another Sentinel and a Stoneforge Mystic. They grab the Kadra complete. So as you can see, Preordain was really helpful here. We proceed with a Lightning Bolt on the Stoneforge Mystic because we don't really have a way to do with Kadra. I mean, yeah, we have Binding, but I want to save that for something more meaningful. Opponent has a Saga. This game is becoming really tough. Okay, they swing with the Sentinel. I'm fine with that. We grab the Savai Triome. Another land. As you can see, this deck either draws like 100 lands or no lands at all. We grab a forest and we play the Brawler and the Kavu, so we have a pretty decent clock. Opponent might be able to win from here, but they don't have the Pure Steel Paladin. We could have blocked though. So we attack, we exile the Mystic from their graveyard. Opponent is down to 10. We have Tribal Flames. We pay because maybe opponent has Surge, but they don't. And we are pretty safe with the Leyline Binding here, so opponent has Solitude. That's fine. They exile the Kavu. We don't care. And I think we won here. We are not firing the Binding end of turn because we don't want the opponent to draw any cards. Tribal Flames. We don't pay. Opponent is stepped out. And we easily win this game number 1. So that was pretty easy. This match number 1, sorry. This was pretty easy. This deck has some insane reach thanks to Tribal Flames and also Brawler plus Kavu. They are pretty big, pretty insane to deal with. So that was really easy. And well, it's already 1-0. So let's take a look at game number 2. Match number 2. Here we are on the play. We reveal Jegantha. Pretty decent hand, no Leyline still, but the plan here is to fetch for Savai Triome, play Breeding Pool, play Kavu. Opponent is playing Tron. I don't know yet if they're playing Blue Tron, that is so popular these days, or another version, the mono green one. Yeah, Blue Tron, okay, so I gotta be careful about 3-month. So I swing. Probably discarding the Preordain, drawing a Nacatl. We play the Nacatl, we fetch, we grab a Temple Garden, and we play the Brawler. Opponent probably remanding that. Oh, Kondashand, okay. They scry too. Maybe I should have just Leyline Binding the Expedition map. Maybe that was the right play. I'm not sure yet. I swing, I'm probably discarding the Leyline, drawing a land, which is about fine here. We play the land, we play the Scion. I mistapped here because now I'm not open for double binding. I'm very used to make this kind of mistakes, like mistapping. By the way, opponent plays the Karn. They don't see anything relevant in their sideboard and they just concede. I was lucky because I should have tapped the Breeding Pool and perhaps tapped, fetched away the Windswept and grabbed the plains and tapped that, and I was open for. Yeah, I mean, probably here I was faking both Stubborn Denial and Leyline Binding by keeping the Breeding Pool open. Probably I was doing that. Yeah, that's still something relevant here, faking the Stubborn Denial. Opponent doesn't know that we only play 2 copies. But, I mean, maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. We won, so whoever wins is always right. They say this in where I live, but yeah, let's take a look at the next match. The next game, sorry, next game. I'm always confused about games and matches when I record videos. I think I boarded out Nacatl, sorry, and brought in Pick Your Poison. So we fetch. We Preordain, turn 1. Opponent doesn't have a map. Hall of Storm Giants. Okay, so they are now open for both Condescend and Remount. We cannot go Scion turn 2. They go Impulse. By the way, if needed, we can grab Temple Garden and go with Leyline Binding. I should probably fire a bolt here. And yeah, and I do so, because not really many targets for a bolt. As you can see, this deck just draws so many cards and it's so annoying. So here I preferred to stay open, both for Condescend and Leyline Binding, instead of faking the Stubborn Denial. So the Scion resolves. We don't really have much pressure here, and the opponent is about to complete the Tron, so I don't think we can win this game. We swing with the Scion, still no Leyline turn 1, so this is a pretty regular zoo game plan. Nothing relevant here. So they go One Ring, and I want to grab the One Ring with the Binding as soon as they try to tap and draw. Another land, so pretty annoying. Nishoba Brawler, and we pass the turn. Opponent tries to draw, and we play the Leyline Binding since they tapped out. Okay, and we grabbed the ring. Okay, so let's see what the opponent is doing now. They tap 4 mana, another ring, of course. 13 cards to a ring, yes. They draw instantly because they don't want me to Leyline Binding like I did before. Unluckily, I don't have the second one. Alongside Pick Your Poison, I also sideboarded in Wear and Tear, which is probably not the best thing here. So playing Scion was probably a mistake here because the opponent assembles Tron, they can go Oblivion Stone and kill everything. Probably. Yeah, they have Expedition Map. They break the map. With this tower, they now have 6 mana, but they don't play anything. They are about to die. They should have a solution. What can they possibly play? Repeal on the Brawler, and they even draw 1. Okay, they take 8. I go Brawler, and I go Scion, and this was surely a mistake. I can already see the Oblivion Stone coming in. Yeah, Oblivion Stone, right. I knew that. I should have kept both Brawler and Scion into my hand. They break the Oblivion Stone, and they will get the ring back too. And they even go Impulse. They are down to 2, by the way. We have Tribal Flames, we have many things that we can win the game with. Okay, this is probably too late for us. Leyline, okay, so not what we wanted here. 1-on-1 we tied against the Tron. I made mistakes here, but Wurmcoil Engine is still very hard to beat. I could have just killed the Wurmcoil and swing with the other Scion and the other Nishoba Brawler and the Ragavan, and I could have probably won, but they probably have something else in their hand, or they could have just grabbed another artifact. And yeah, this game was really hard to win, and I drew too many lands, way too many lands, even with the Preordain. Okay, let's take a look at game number 3. Game number 3, here we are. We revealed Jegantha, and sideboard stayed the same. We take a mulligan and still no Leyline, but we have the Preordain turn 1. So Preordain will help us fix our mana. Later, opponent starts off with an expedition map. I should probably exile the map, but I grab the flame and yeah. Here I made another mistake. I wanted to exile the expedition map, but I was stupid enough to fetch with the Wooded Foothills for steam vents instead of a breeding pool. That was my mistake. My plan was to grab the breeding pool, but instead I grabbed the steam vents and I couldn't go Leyline Binding on the map. So this can cost me the game. I hope not, but this can cost me the game. I swing with the Nishoba Brawler. I was so dumb. I make so many mistakes like this. Unluckily, I have ADHD, so I can't really focus for long. It's way better in paper. I'm rather a paper player than an MTG online player, because when I play paper, not many distractions happen. But when I play in MTGO, I have two screens, so maybe I look at a video in the meantime in the other screen, or I look at my phone or whatever. Instead, when I'm playing paper, I'm completely focused on what is happening on the table. Here I made another mistake by mistapping Temple Garden for the binding instead of Sacred Foundry, so that I couldn't play the Territorial Kavu. So I'm making one mistake after another, and that is just insane. Opponents just condescend to scry, and they condescend again to scry again. They only have one card in hand, so they are probably dead, but they could have been dead way sooner than this if this wasn't for my silly mistakes. Okay, we are 2-0 in the league, which is super sweet, but I don't think I deserve this win because I made so many mistakes both in game 2 and in game 3. So I'm not really happy with how I played. Of course, the deck is a powerhouse even without the Leyline plus Scion combo. And I'm pretty happy about Preordain so far. Was very helpful even now. So yeah, let's take a look at match number 3, guys. Game number 3, here we are against Jimmy. We reveal Jegantha and we have the turn 1 Leyline of the Guildpact. We are on the draw, opponent is playing mill, so okay. We instantly bolt the crab. Opponent gets Fractured Sanity cycled, they draw 1. And now we have the turn 2 Scion, finally, with the Leyline of the Guildpact. Opponent has another crab with a fetch land, and they exile the binding. So pretty decent start from my opponent. I don't know why, but I'm feeling pretty safe. They only have 3 cards in hand, and we have the Leyline that fixes our mana, so even Field of Ruin is not that big of a deal. I should probably have played the Territorial Kavu here, but they can block it, so... We even have Stubborn Denial now. Opponent is down to 3. We played the Ragavan, but I don't know why I did that. I should have stayed open for Stubborn Denial. And we easily win this game 1 in a matter of seconds. But I don't think Mill is that easy of a matchup. They can have some monstrous starts and kill us without effort. So let's take a look at game number 2, guys. Game number 2 against Mill. We reveal Jegantha, and this sideboard was probably the same. I boarded out Ragavan and brought in Flusterstorm and Legion's End. So this is a much slower hand. I play Nishoba Brawler, they kill it instantly. They have a crab with a fetch land, of course, the second crab and of course the fetch land. When I play Mill, I never have crab plus fetch land, even if I play like 10 fetch lands in my Mill list. I want to try and kill the crab, but they have a Chawing Truth with Field of Ruin, so we are cut off green, and we only have the 1/1 Nacatls. I think I probably misfetched here somehow, so now we grab a Temple Garden, and we don't have red mana here. We swing with Nacatl, and we can easily lose this game because the opponent has so many lands, and they have Oboro. Oboro is this incredible card. You pay 1, you return Oboro Palace in the Clouds to your hand. Comboing with Hadron Crab, this is just insane. So we only have 23 cards left in our deck, and we don't have a single red mana source. And we don't have a Leyline, of course. So I don't think we can really win here. The second crab, they go Oboro. We are down to 16 cards, and I just concede because I figured that I don't have any more red sources in my deck. If you look at my graveyard here, they are all gone. The Sacred Foundry, the Steam Vents, the Savai Triome, everything is gone. I don't have a single red source in my deck, so it's not even worth trying. Only have 16 cards left. Yep, that's it, guys. 1-on-1 against Mill. Let's take a look at game number 3. Game number 3, hopefully this isn't a loss. I don't know. Hand looks pretty decent. We have a possible turn 1 bolt on their crab. Archive Trap, double Archive Trap, and they exile the Scion of Draco. Oh my god, I'm already... Oh my god, double exile, and they grab... Oh my gosh. And they grab my Brawler. Oh my gosh, double... I am already down to 25 cards in my deck. This is insane. I grab the Kavu to my hand. Oh my gosh. Another crab. They always have double crab. They always do. That's insane. I should probably have killed the crab here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm already down at 12 cards in my deck. I have to get rid of that crab instantly. I go with another Kavu. Maybe I can do that on next turn. And the opponent, of course, has Fractured Sanity and wins the game. Oh my gosh. Oh, I cannot believe it. Oh my gosh. Of course they had it. I mean, okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is just insane. What in the world was this? This is turn 3. 4, maybe. What in the world was this? Double Archive Trap, double Surgical Extraction, double Crab, Field of Ruin, Fractured Sanity. Only 1 card left in their hand. This was insane. I played Mill a lot in the past, and I swear to God, I never ever in my life had one single start like this. This is just insane. This is ridiculous. This is the most stupid thing I've ever witnessed in Magic the Gathering. My god. Okay. Well, no more crying. Oh my god. It was just... oh my gosh. Tell me, guys, in the comments, what do you think about this loss? Because I'm speechless. Well, okay. Well, 2-1. Let's go. Next match. Okay, let's see if we can start somehow. Okay, so this is probably a mirror. Opponent with double Leyline. We start off with Ragavan. Yeah, this is probably a mirror. Yep, opponent Prismatic Ending, so probably mirror. That was the mono Prismatic Ending you play nowadays in Zoo. So pretty solid. Opponent Nacatl plus Ragavan. Seems fair enough. We go Territorial Kavu. Opponent has a binding on the Kavu. What a start from my opponent. I block the Ragavan because I think you always trade against Ragavan. And I go Scion of Draco. I go Ragavan. Opponent 2 cards in hand. Ragavan, okay. They pass. We might be able to play the Leyline of the Guildpact here. And if opponent doesn't have an answer, we can easily gain some life with our Scion. Opponent fetches, cycles away the Savai Triome, trying to find a solution to this board state. We kill the Nacatl, we swing with both our creator, we reveal a Leyline Binding, we grab their binding, we get back the Nishoba Brawler. And opponent concedes. Yeah, opponent started off pretty strong, but we ramp it up. As you can see, Leyline of the Guildpact is not that shit of a card. If you draw that in mid-game and you have Scion into play, this is not that bad. Also, if you have Scion plus other creators, Scion turns all these guys into First Strike X with lifelink, Trample, Vigilance, which is not bad at all. So yeah, well-deserved win in game 1. We cried a bit just to turn the tides, and we did so. Let's take a look at next game. I am actually having so much fun right now, and I always forget about Jegantha. I have to take a mulligan, another mulligan, we go down to 5, but we have the Scion of Draco turn 2 with Leyline of the Guildpact, so not bad. Opponent, of course, doesn't mulligan. We go tapped Steam Vents, probably. Yep. Untapped. We fake the Lightning Bolt. Opponent Savai Triome. Fetches, Breeding Pool. Leyline Binding. Okay, this is going to fuck us up. Okay, well, now we draw the Stubborn Denial. We play a 3/3 Territorial Kavu that dies immediately to Lightning Bolt, and opponent has a Nishoba Brawler. We kill the Nishoba Brawler and we pass. Our opponent has another Brawler. We have Warrantier, which we cannot play. Of course we cannot play. As I was saying, this deck either draws 8 lands or just 2, as you can see. So we go with Pick Your Poison, we get our Leyline back, and we grab the Kavu with our Leyline Binding. And opponent has another Binding. Okay. Opponent Brawler. They swing. We go down to 3, and I don't think Scion will be enough because, well, let me make some calculations here. I play Scion, I block the Brawler, I take 10, but I gain 4. So I go -7, I go -3, yes, and I die. So our mulligan wasn't the best here. Pretty unlucky mulligan. And the opponent had a super strong hand with double binding. Yeah, if opponent didn't had binding, we would have been able to play Scion plus Leyline of the Guildpact on turn 2 and most probably just win the game with that. So this combination is pretty strong, but it's really easily hateable. So I just think that the metagame needs to get used to it and find ways to counter that. Okay, let's take a look at the final game, this Zoo Mirror. Here we are. By the way, I think I boarded in. I boarded out Ragavans, boarded in Pick Your Poison, Legions, and Warrantier. So Preordain, I get 1 binding away and 1 into my hand. So next turn I can easily play my 4/4 Territorial Kavu. So I can already see that we are not drawing the 3rd land, and this can cost us the game. Legion's hand, and the opponent grabs the Kavu we have in hand. We draw another one, by the way, so not bad. But as you can see, I'm not drawing the third land. And I go for the block plus Lightning Bolt. As I was telling you, I'm not drawing the third land once more. They grab the Jegantha to their hand. We go Tribal Flames into their face since we don't have anything else to do. They play Kavu, they go Tribal Flames into our face. And we are not drawing the third land, while opponent has 5. We go Binding. We grab the Binding. I should have played that before attackers, preventing him from cycling. They play the Jegantha, I think, here. We really need a land. We really need a black land. Okay, not a land. We are so unlucky, this is just insane. Yeah, of course, Celestial Purge. Yikes. And that's it, we are 2-2 in this league, losing to the most insane mill deck I've ever seen, and a mirror of zoo decks. Our drawings in this game were just so bad. We had a mulligan to 5 before, and no third lander here, despite playing Preordains. And also opponent has that super strong Legion's hand, grabbing 2 Kavus with just 1 Legion's hand. Okay guys, let's take a look at the final game now. Okay, here we are, revealing Jegantha. We have the Leyline turn 1, which I love, and we go with Ragavan turn 1 also. What is the opponent playing? Yagwmoth. Well, that's okay. We grab the Young Wolf, we swing with Ragavan, and we play the Kavu, sacrificing the... We revealed Pendlehaven, by the way. Sacrificing the treasure. Opponent, of course, has Bow Masters. They always do. They always have it. We swing with the Kavu and we play another Ragavan. They have another Bowmasters, which makes sense. We bolt the face of our opponent. As you can see, we don't have another land. And here I made a huge mistake. I cycled away, completely forgetting about the Orcish Bowmasters, because I am stupid, and as I was saying, I have ADHD, so... Yeah, they go Grist, kill 1 Kavu. I draw now the third land, and I exile a card from a graveyard. So they don't exile it with Agatha's Soul's Cauldron. We go Tribal Flames on the Grist. Opponent 3 cards in hand. They go Strangleroot Geist, Agatha's Soul's Cauldron. They grab the Grist, and I think I made a mistake by doing so. I think I'm probably dead. I reveal Tribal Flames. Okay, so here I made twice the same mistake. The first time I made the mistake was discard plus draw with the Territorial Kavu, completely forgetting about Orcish Bowmasters. But since I'm not happy enough, I made the same mistake playing a Preordain into double Orcish Bowmasters. And I was just so frustrated that I decided to concede this game. Well, they had Grist, Strangleroot Geist, and Agatha's Soul's Cauldron, exiling the Grist, so yeah, I was already long dead. By the way, if I fired the Tribal Flames before into Nacho faces, and then these Tribal Flames into his face once more, I would have won, but, well, you never know if you're gonna draw another Tribal Flames or not. Such a shame. Well, I think I'm gonna win, by the way. Yagwmoth feels like a pretty good matchup. Okay, let's take a look at the next match. Here we are, take a look at the sideboard. We revealed Jegantha, we sideboarded out Ragavan, we brought in Legion's Hand and Celestial Purge. So we don't have the turn 1 Leyline and we have a ton of lands, but also 2 removals, which is pretty fine. We grab the Savai Triome. We should now grab another land, by the way. We should now grab a Breeding Pool, playing Scion. Opponent had a pretty bad mulligan, by the way. They mulligan to 4, I think. So this compensates the mulligan to 5 we had before. We swing with the Scion. And we can play the Leyline on next turn. Opponent fetches. Grabs a Mortuary. They keep on top the card they just saw through Survey. We bolt their face, we grab a Sacred Foundry. We go and play the Leyline of the Guildpact, making the Scion hexproof with first strike and whatever. We gain some life, opponent's down to 8. Bowmasters pinging in the face. Well, that's fine. They pass the turn back to us. We swing with the Scion. Tribal Flames. GG. Yes, 1-on-1. Opponent had a pretty bad mulligan, so not even worth fighting. I'm sorry, opponent. Let's take a look at the final game of this league. Okay, here we are, sideboard stayed the same. I have to admit that this kind of that we take a mulligan, we take another mulligan, and we go down to 5. We go down to 4. Mulligan to 4, by the way, like our opponent did. So, not a good spot. By the way, I must admit that I love playing Zoo, and maybe I will play more Zoo in the future. Or just hyper-aggressive archetypes like this. Opponent has Wall of Roots. Yeah, we don't care. We go Preordain. We shuffle away the lands we don't want. We fetch. We grab our basic planes. We fire the Tribal Flames on the Wall of Roots. And we swing with Nishoba Brawler. Opponent can block, but they decide not to. Opponent's down to 16 now. They exiled our Leyline, by the way. So we can go Prismatic Ending on Yagwmoth. They start their stupid thing. They always do with Yagwmoth. They draw, they do whatever. We swing with the Nishoba Brawler. Opponent blocks. So now, opponent has 3 cards in hand and the same number of cards we have, of lands we have into play. So we grab Jegantha. I finally remembered about Jegantha. They have Delighted Halfling. We have a land, we fetch for Steam Vents, and we play the Jegantha finally. In the last match, our companion comes down. Can he win the game for us? The opponent doesn't have a removal. They go Mortuary. And here comes the Yagwmoth once more. God, I hate that guy. Just look at how much text this card has for 4 mana. This is just too much. I want to bolt the Delighted Halfling. They do their stuff with Yagwmoth. Now I play the Cursed Totem and no more stuff with Yagwmoth. I swing with Jegantha, going in for 4 damage. Opponent takes it. Can we win this game, guys? Can we do it? Reclamation Sage, not bad. Agatha Soul's Cauldron, not good. Tribal Flames, not bad on Yagwmoth. I should have probably fired it into his face, by the way. Attacked and then fired the Tribal Flames into his face. A Scion of Draco, not bad. We attack, opponent blocks. They want to trade, they do. We go Scion of Draco. Now they need a removal or a blocker, and they don't have it, and we win, guys. With a mulligan to 4, we managed to kill Yagwmoth. with some nice drawings, one after another. Oh god, I love it. I love it. 3-2, guys, 3-2 in this league, which is not great. I've seen many 4-0, but we were really unlucky with that mill win. That was absurd. Mill loss, I meant. Well, let's talk about this in the wrap-up, by the way. Okay, so here we are for the wrap-up, guys, and what I was thinking is, as I was saying in the introduction, I played with a standard list that did not play Preordain, and I went like 4-1, 1-4, and 2-3. The 4-1 was like a blast. I only lost to Rakdos, locking me out with Blood Moons and stuff. Pretty fast, like Blood Moon at turn 2 or something. And the 1-4 I lost to almost every single deck possible, like Cascade, Living End. Living End destroyed me completely. And now I can't really remember. The 3-2 I had a Mirror and a Burn. I died to Burn like twice during that leagues. I had with this list, with Preordains, 2 times like 3-2 and 3-2, which is pretty solid 60% win rate, which is not bad really. If you take it, it's a 6-4 overall. Not bad. I think that you really need Preordain in this deck, because otherwise what will happen is that you either draw 2 lands or like 6, 7 or 8, and you're gonna flood or screw, and Preordain really helps. Because not only Preordain can help you finding or not finding lands, regulating the right number of lands, but they can also filter between cards that you need or you don't actually need. Like, I mean, you have Leyline on the battlefield, okay? And you don't want a second one. You go Preordain, you see a Leyline on top, and you can put it on the bottom of your library. This is very good. Another card I considered playing instead of Preordain was Seed of Hope. Was this card here. I think I have it in my collection. Yes, I considered playing Seed of Hope, which is very similar but also gains you 2 life. You mill 2 and you get 1 back, but this wasn't really that good with my sideboard, since I have many instants and sorcery cards in my sideboard. So almost all permanents in my main deck, but not in the sideboard, so Preordain was better. Even though Seed of Hope gains you 2 life, which is relevant here, and is instant speed, and is green, so way easier to cast. So I think Preordain is a really solid card. I want to thank my friend Irian Benedetti, a super strong modern player, long-time player, that told me about Preordains a few months ago, and so I followed his advice and put 4 Preordains into this deck. So 3-2 and 3-2 is not that bad of a result, not even that good, because I'm seeing many people playing for the 5-0 consistently, but I'm not really used to play Zoo yet, and I made many mistakes, so probably on paper this would have been better for me, and I will try that if they don't ban the Leyline of the Guildpact. I will try that in some paper tournament, and if you want to, I can talk to you about that in a podcast or whatever. In the future I can talk about my paper tournaments if you want. Maybe one day I will even start streaming. So I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video about Guildpact Zoo, Leyline Zoo, or whatever do you want to call it. Here it's called WUBRG deck, directly from MTG Goldfish, by the way, and then I rearranged the list. well, I really want to thank you for following me so far. We have way more than 200 subscribers, and I'm super happy about that. Maybe one day I will even start streaming, and who knows. I will try to post more in the future, but so far I was very busy with life, so you know, it's not like I'm earning anything from YouTube, so I gotta work a bit in real life, you know, and take care of my girlfriend and whatever. So, well, okay guys, thank you once more and see you in the next video. Goodbye.